Hello, I'm Susan Khalje. I'd like to share with you a few thoughts on choosing the right pattern size. Now, I always tell my students the pattern is only a starting point, but you want a well-chosen starting point. It's a little tricky because there are a number of size charts out there. The big American pattern companies have size charts. The European patterns, all the independent pattern companies have size charts. Mine has a size chart. Well, so that's all a little uncertain. And add to that the fact that there really isn't much correlation between sewing pattern numbers and ready-to-wear numbers. And that, as we all know, is hardly an area that's carved in stone. So, where to begin? Well, I notice a lot of my students come in with a muslin that's prepared from a choice they made based on their bust size. Well, that can work if you have an average sized frame and you're a B cup. But any variations beyond that, it's not so reliable. And you can see why. Let's say you're a very small shouldered person and you have a double or triple D cup. Well, your bust could measure 42 inches. It certainly could. Let's say you're a much larger person with an A cup. Your bust could also measure 42 inches. But think of the totally different frames those people would have. And if the petite person chose her pattern based on a 40 or 42 inch bust, she'd choose an 18 or a 20 size pattern. That would be huge. So not good. Now, the theory behind this is the changes that you have to make when you get a pattern. It's relatively easy to make changes to the waist, to the hips, even to do a bust adjustment. It's pretty straightforward. What's trickier is to do adjustments in the shoulder area, in the sleeve area, in the collar and neck area. All of that is very tricky to do. But if you choose the right size for all of that, then you've got a very good start on the whole process. So there's a good way to measure your frame. If you look in the mirror, you'll see there are little creases in your arms. There are a little bit of extra skin so you can move your arm. It's little creases right here where your arm's attached to your torso. Well, if you measure from crease to crease, you can use that number to guide you. So, for instance, if that measurement is 14 inches, you'll want to choose, and this is the big American pattern companies, you'll want to choose a size 14 pattern. And the system goes up and down from there. So let's say from crease to crease, it's 14.5 inches, size 16 pattern, and so on. And of course, it also works in the other direction. 13.5 inches, a size 12 pattern. 13 inches, size 10, and so on. You can see the logic of this. It's all based on that shoulder neck structure. Now, Burda patterns correspond, a 14-inch measurement is to their size 10. Susan Khalje Couture patterns, 14 inches is a size 10. But anyway, it's a good starting point.